Yo, yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries and our 2014 Tables, Ladders, Chairs, and Stairs preview. We have one of the most anticipated matches of the year. Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose, crazy versus crazy. And then all of a sudden we have Seth Rollins versus John Cena. We here at Trippy Commentaries are really looking forward to that match. We're big fans of John Cena. We're big fans of Seth Rollins. Now they collide. We'll predict everything for you guys. I'm RJ, joining up with Retro Brett.
Yo, yo, how's it going? This is a pretty big pay-per-view. It's a lot of matches to get through, so let's get going.
Yeah, let's start it off, Retro. We're actually going to start it off with the tag team match, tag team title match. It seems like the Usos always kick off these kind of events.
Probably happens the first match of the night, so might as well.
Yeah, so we'll predict that one will be first. And they will be facing off with the Miz's. Of course, the Miz's have the championship right now. Can the Usos actually take it back? Is it too early? I expect this to be a great match. Retro, what do you foresee?
I see the Miz's winning. I just don't think they've done much with the Usos lately, leading up to this match. So that's why I say the Miz's.
Yeah, you're right.
They gotta continue to make the Miz be champion since he's so annoying.
And Mizdow is somehow one of the most popular wrestlers all of a sudden, and when it comes to fan reaction, it seems like everybody's loving Mizdow. So they got to keep it going because we all know the Miz is going to be super into these tag team titles. Not only is he, like you predicted, not only is he just carrying around one of the titles, he's carrying around both. The stunt double there has his own fake titles. I look for that storyline to continue. It is a tough match to pick, Brett, because the Usos are so damn impressive. These guys are some of the brightest stars in the WWE. I like them quite a bit, and I think the only reason why they don't have the championship right now is just because they've had it for so long. The Miz's are doing a decent job at breaking it up. I feel like they were trying to get the Stardust duo there, Stardust and Goldust, to take it away for a while. Fans weren't feeling it. The Miz's actually have some momentum with the title.
Oh yes, being annoying certainly helps. Yes, the titles that Mizdow has are actually smaller.
Yeah.
And so, what say you there, RJ, on this match?
I am actually going to pick the Miz's. Like I said, it's just too early for them to lose it. I certainly foresee the Usos getting the championship back very soon, most likely at the Royal Rumble. What do you think, Retro? I think they're next in line to get the titles.
Yes, I definitely feel that way as well.
But there's actually I have a question for you, because there is a possible contender here. We'll see before the event kicks off at the pre-show, the New Day, or at least two members of the New Day, Big E and Kofi, teaming up to take on Golden Stardust. I think they're going to win that match, possibly giving them momentum to take on, in this case, the Miz's.
I do believe that the New Day will win as well.
Mm-hmm.
But, however, I feel that the New Day is a great gimmick, but you can't have too many shields out there. Usually a three-man faction doesn't really work. Mm-hmm. I like the New Day, but I don't see it going very far.
They're pretty much the only one left, aren't they? I mean, Los Matadores, are they doing anything? They're sometimes around. I don't know if they're counted as a trio, maybe 2.5. But let's go ahead and continue on. Eric Rowan versus The Big Show in a steel stairs match. Retro Brett, not chairs. This is a stairs match. This is certainly a battle of two big mofos. And I feel like the Big Show's coming in as the favorite, but I like Eric Rowan. He's one of the rising stars in the WWE.
I feel that Rowan is going to win as well. They're really trying to push Harper and Rowan as singles competitors outside of Bray Wyatt's shadow. And I think Rowan's going to win this match against Show. Show's in the veteran, the very veteran role now, so he's trying to push other wrestlers.
Yeah, he's certainly going to try to get Eric Rowan over. In this case, especially leading up to Royal Rumble, I feel like Rowan's going to play a big part in that event. So this win, hopefully, will be a big catapult to probably a huge match coming up at the next pay-per-view. Ryback versus Kane in a chairs match. Retro Brett, I'm interested to hear who you have winning this one. We know Ryback has a ton of momentum. This guy is hot. The fans love him. But Kane, he's sneaky. He's not going anywhere. And he's another all-timer that might get this win.
If it was Kane with the mask and suit, the red suit, might be a different story. But I see Ryback winning. Like I said, they're trying to push the good guys. And Ryback just came back. A month and a half ago, so they're really trying to push him. And Kane's pretty much in the same position. He's definitely a veteran and trying to put over these young guys.
Yeah, I like Ryback in this match quite a bit. Of course, I think, like you said, it's another good guy who's going to claim the victory. We want to give a special shout out to Retro Brett. He's definitely under the weather right now. We're based here in Tampa Bay, and it's a cold front. We're certainly not used to it, so it seems like a lot of people around here are getting sick.
Cold front for us, they're 7 degrees.
Yeah.
No, I kid. Actually, it was, I think, in the low 30s a couple days
crazy
ago.
Stuff. Possibly snow? No, of course not. But hopefully you feel better, Retro Brett. Thanks for, of course, toughing it out for the big pay-per-view preview. We're really looking forward to this. I didn't think that this was going to be this big, and there's so many matches. What the hell? I'm looking forward to the Ryback-Kane match. What do you think about this sudden Ryback movement here? The fans love him. The feed me more chants, they're happening when he's not even out there. If he gets a victory against Kane, I said in a past episode that I could see him taking on the champ, of course, Brock Lesnar. Do you think he can actually build his way up to the main event status again?
Yes, I do, but it'll be a couple of years before he can go against Lesnar.
Feed me more. Feed me more. That's awesome, man. That's definitely one of the best chants going right now. What do you think about the Divas matchup here, Retro Brett? Nikki Bella comes in with the championship. Kind of cool having a Bella as the champ, I gotta say. Taking on AJ Lee, who always is saying she is the longest holding title holder of the Divas championship. She doesn't have it right now. She just won the Diva of the Year award. Do you think it's time for her to get it back?
Well, she will be champ after this Sunday. That's who I'm picking to win this match. As much as I don't like AJ, she is a damn good wrestler. You gotta give
she really is
props.
Black Widow's always an impressive move.
But they like Natalia, maybe this new
hopefully Charlotte.
They need to have someone that's a legitimate female wrestler.
I'm fond of Naomi.
They're all hot, but there needs to be a legitimate wrestler.
Yeah. Well, I think Natalia definitely should be pushed more. She's my favorite as far as from a wrestling standpoint in the Divas division there. I disagree with you. I think Nikki Bella holds on to the championship. I think they're not done with the Bella storyline here. Something seems to be stirring up there. They're almost a little bit too quiet, and we know how popular the Bellas are. It's funny how when they show the crowd shots, I see so many Bella shirts, and it's like, what the hell? They're not even doing that much. I guess they're watching the Divas show. But I look for Nikki Bella to hold on to this title. Okay. AJ Lee, like you said, very impressive, so it would not surprise me at all if she steals it. Here's one for you. Rusev, of course, is a title holder right now. It's the rehash of the Jack Swagger feud.
2.0.
You picked Swagger in the past. That didn't come to fruition. Retro Brett, Rusev's undefeated. Is this going to be the night that he gets defeated for the first time?
No. I'm picking Rusev for this match.
But this is for the U.S. Championship. It deserves to be in Swagger's hands. He's the American.
Yes, it does. But for a match this big, and to take a title off an undefeated person, this match needs much bigger hype than what it's gotten. That's why I feel that Rusev's going to win. If they were to definitely continue this feud a little bit, maybe Swagger. I would pick in a couple pay-per-views time, but not right now.
I want to make an update for one of my current predictions as far as Rusev's considered, and I think he's going to win this match, of course. He'll probably be put in the Patriot lock. He'll get out of it, thus putting good old Jack Swagger in the camel clutch, and he will win. He'll probably pass out again. But getting back to Rusev's undefeated streak, Here's the thing, Retro Brett. I thought The Rock was somehow, some way going to make an appearance and end the streak, probably in just a one-off. Just one of those, okay, I'm going to give you a match, beat your streak over, goes down in history, of course, as The Rock taking him out. But it's come out now. We've seen trailers for a new Rock movie, San Andreas. It looks pretty decent. I'm a fan of The Rock, so I like to see him in any capacity, as long as it's not the Tooth Fairy. But that means I don't think he's going to be fighting anytime soon. I think he'll come back to Raw or something to make an appearance, mostly to push the upcoming movie, but to, of course, show off a little Rock magic. So I don't think he's going to be the one to take out Rusev. I'll have to think about who it's going to be. I'm starting to think Ryback might be the one to do it. But as for this pay-per-view coming up on Sunday, Rusev remains undefeated, defeating Jack Swagger.
There could be quite a few options to take out Rusev, but
Eric Rowan, maybe?
Could be. Could be. But
you obviously got to look for the good guys. You know, it's going to be a face who's going to take them out. Here's one last question for you before we move on, because I know there's one wrestler that I think is very capable of taking him out. It's this guy right here, Dolph Ziggler. What do you think about a match between Ziggler and Rusev? Would it ever happen?
I think Ziggler would get murdered.
Really? Wow. You definitely have a lot of respect for Rusev. I know.
I have a lot of respect for Ziggler, but that's not a good match.
How about Vinnie Mac? Just joking, of course.
Vinnie Mac's pretty jacked.
He looks pretty big there, standing next to old Triple H.
Well, Vinnie Mac's always been jacked. But.
Yeah, that's true. And he still looks great. We want to see more of him. Hopefully we get an appearance here at TLC and Stairs. Let's talk about one of these huge matches, Retro Brett. It's about time to break this match down. Dean Ambrose, there he is, looking crazy as ever, going against Bray Wyatt. We've been looking forward to this match for a while, and I think it's the perfect setting. It's funny how you kind of would want to wait till Royal Rumble to have a match this big, but tables, ladders, and chairs is perfect for these guys. I think we're going to see a carnival of people going through chairs, people going through tables, you know, jumping off of the ladders, onto tables, through chairs. It's going to be
insane.
Insane. Great word, Retro Brett. What do you think?
I'm thinking this one was a tough one for me to pick, but I'm going to Ambrose. Really?
Now, why? What capacity do you think Ambrose can win this one?
He's the good guy. Because I've been thinking for a while that Wyatt is an interesting guy. Like, when he came in, they were pushing him a lot. Mm-hmm. He's always been magic on the mic. He still is. But when he was feuding with Cena, when he was feuding with a little other people around that time, he was a big name. Then he kind of disappeared a little bit.
A little bit.
And now he's kind of the main event jobber, if you will, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what they're doing with him. They're sure as hell not doing what they should be and were doing with him.
Well, we know Dean Ambrose is one of the biggest stars going. You're going to have Roman Reigns returning soon, so I think that might push Ambrose down a slight notch. But right now, the crowd loves Ambrose. I love Ambrose. I think he's going to lose this match, Retro Bray. You ask, what is Bray Wyatt up to? I think this night is going to be the start of some really big things. We already know Ambrose is huge and Wyatt's huge. But Wyatt is the uber villain here in the WWE. What's one of the reasons why they pushed away Triple H? Because they don't need Triple H to be a villain right now. They have two of the best villains going.
Rusev?
Seth Rollins, who we'll talk about soon. And, of course, who we're talking about right now, Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt is, like I said, the uber villain. He's evil as hell. He's off the cuff. And I just felt so much emotion when Dean Ambrose was destroying his chair. For as stupid and silly as the storyline is, it's amazing how much Bray Wyatt conveys that emotion. I think he's going to win. I think it's going to be one of the best matches of the year. I'm calling it right now. I think it'll be in that, pantheon.
You think he'll get the Slammy next year for Match of the Year?
It's hard to top Sting showing up out of nowhere, but I do think absolutely it's going to be an unbelievable match. I'm not sure if it will be the end-all, be-all, just because, like I said, I think Bray Wyatt's going to win, and it's tough to keep Dean Ambrose down. I loved his return last week, in the ambulance. It's amazing how they're coming out with these awesome original storylines for Dean Ambrose that remind me a lot of the Attitude Era, which is the era I grew up in. Unfortunately, I think he's going to go down to Bray Wyatt. He's just too crazy, and for as crazy as Dean Ambrose is, he just cannot out-crazy Bray Wyatt. And I was disappointed to see him leaving in a stretcher again. I hope it doesn't happen.
Out-crazy the crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Wow, nice.
Dean Ambrose might be crazy, but Bray Wyatt is a freaking lunatic who's out of control. Last match we're going to get to before the big main event, Retro Brett. Luke Harper versus Dolph Ziggler. What a great blend in styles this is. We know it's another championship match. Of course, Dolph Ziggler currently is going to try to take back his Intercontinental Championship, one of those that we like quite a bit. I don't know if it belongs on Luke Harper. I think this is the time for Ziggler to take it back.
I think he will. I'm picking Ziggler in this one. The no title looks good on that scrubby ass dude.
I think Ziggler better clean that title belt when he gets it back, man. Who knows where that thing's been. I feel like Luke Harper's been wearing that same damn shirt every single appearance since he came out of NXT.
Same pants.
I hope he does laundry every once in a while. So you are taking Dolph Ziggler along with me, Retro Brett?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that will be a title change. You think Rusev's going to win like me, so that means that title will stay in the same hands. You think there'll be another title change heading back to AJ Lee there in the Divas division. And,
you don't think so, right?
No, I think Nikki Bella's going to hold on. And you think the Miz's were going to hold on to it to the Usos, so
correct.
No title change there as well. So that seems about right. Most of the time you don't see a ton of title changes happening in these type of events, so that seems about perfect. We'll see what happens. Let's get to the main event. No titles involved here. This is pretty much for the #1 contender. We know that the winner of this match will go on to take on Brock Lesnar. I don't know if either of them will want to take on Lesnar for as strong as he's looked, but these...
Rollins better be careful what he wishes for.
That's what I'm thinking. But these are two of the biggest stars. I love both of them, and I cannot wait for this match.
I love one of them.
Come on, Retro Brett. You were a huge Seth Rollins fans back in the Shield days.
Yeah, well,
and I know you like John Cena, but
guy.
Seth Rollins is the man. As a villain, he's freaking awesome. And what do you expect for this matchup? I expect it to be another epic fight. And Seth Rollins is going to show off some great moves against a big guy, John Cena. We know John Cena doesn't have the best move set. Seth Rollins does, and I think that's going to make this match a blast.
I feel the same way. I think that John Cena's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we feel, both RJ and I have a theory about what's going on with Seth Rollins. So, I'm going to say John Cena's going to win.
I think there's no way Seth Rollins can win this match because it's leading up to the Brock Lesnar match. For as good as a match between Seth Rollins and Lesnar would be, they just couldn't pull it off. It would be two villains going off against one another. We know in wrestling they like to have the heel versus the face. Thus, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Now, the only thing concerning John Cena is we've seen him fight against Brock Lesnar before. He's lost twice, albeit the second time was because of Seth Rollins coming in and interfering.
But I don't think anyone was kidding themselves. John Cena was really close on that second match, but he wasn't going to win it, I don't feel.
Now, we've heard some rumors that Brock Lesnar does want to return to the UFC. I've heard this rumor before, and it turned out to be false. I'm getting kind of a feeling that it could be for real this time. I'm still skeptical, Retro Brett. Brock Lesnar's been around for a while. It almost seems like he's been there, done that, stay in the WWE, but there's definitely probably some truth to that, which means what could happen is you could have, of course, John Cena defeating Seth Rollins at TLC and Stairs, then facing off with Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble, an amazing match, beating Brock Lesnar, somehow rising up, Cena being able to defeat Brock Lesnar after getting his ass kicked in a brutal way twice, mostly the first time, and then right after that, Seth Rollins comes in to cash in that Money in the Bank. We've been waiting for that suitcase to be cashed in for a while.
It's getting pretty rough.
Taking the title away from John Cena, giving Seth Rollins his first ever WWE Championship at Royal Rumble. That would be an epic conclusion if that happens.
And John Cena, a quick 16th title run.
Yeah, you're right. Of course, besting Ric Flair
Not
there.
besting.
Well, tying, getting ready to best, of course. I think that's definitely a possible outcome for all this, but before we get to Royal Rumble, which we will be talking about extensively, that is going to be amazing. You can tell they're leading up. The fact that TLC is such a big deal right now just shows you that Royal Rumble is going to be a mind-blowing experience.
Always is.
Yeah, that's true. And not too far after Royal Rumble, we have WrestleMania. That's going to come quick, so when it comes to the world of wrestling, there's certainly a lot to talk about. We're excited for this Sunday. We'll have our popcorn ready for two of the most exciting matches of the year. And it's almost the end of the year, so it's good timing. Seth Rollins versus John Cena. I know you're pumped up for a retro.
All the matches I'm pumped up for.
And the main event, in my opinion, the match of hell, Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Who's going to win? Let us know who you guys think is going to take that match. Something tells me it's not the end of that feud. And hopefully it's not the end of the Rollins-Cena feud as well. These are some young stars that aren't going anywhere in the WWE. Thanks again for joining us. Hopefully you're excited for TLC and Stairs as much as us. We'll catch you in our Raw Reactions episode on Monday to recap the events of the pay-per-view as well as recap Raw. Until then, I'm RJ for Retro Brett. Stay trippy, everybody.
Poetry, beats and mics, we untouchable like righteous sluts with no crevices. Streets unite, we rock brighter with dumber beats. Your cats couldn't come this hot, the earth off in the summer.